Al Sutherland with your Mesonet Weather Report. A week of warm days has really pushed wheat first hollow stem forward. The time to check for first hollow stem for varieties in the early group was reached on Tuesday for locations in the green areas. It was past time for fields in the yellow and orange areas for early first hollow stem. Fields in the red areas should have cattle removed if the wheat is going to be harvested for grain. For wheat varieties in the middle first hollow stem group, fields in and near Carter County were at the stage to be checked on Tuesday. For varieties in the late group, we have some time to go. If you're wondering which group your wheat is in, click on the link in the variety selection box. It will pull up a list of varieties that you can scroll through. These days, we appreciate every drop of rain that falls. Checking on the percent of plant available water from the surface down to 16 inches, fields in the dark green areas have good moisture in the upper soil levels. Adding deeper soil moisture for the percent of plant available water from the surface to 32 inches, the western third of Oklahoma really comes up short for deeper soil moisture. Here's Gary with the latest on Oklahoma's drought picture.
Thanks, Alan. Good morning, everybody. I hope you've been enjoying these spring-like temperatures we've had over the last 2 to 3 weeks. Unfortunately, the drought likes those types of temperatures way too much. So let's take a look at the latest U.S. drought monitor. So all that warmth and more importantly, the lack of rainfall has continued further drought intensification across Oklahoma. And we continue to see drought develop to the east of I-35, but also intensify in the western parts of the state. So now most of the western two-thirds of the state is in at least severe to even exceptional drought, so the worst categories on the U.S. drought monitor. And the eastern half runs from moderate drought, or the D1 lowest level of drought, to abnormally dry, that yellow. And that yellow signifies areas that are going into drought, not coming out of drought. So it's something to watch across eastern Oklahoma now. Speaking of rainfall, take a look at the Mesonet total since October 1st. Pretty pathetic in some areas, especially in the northwestern quarter and also far southwestern Oklahoma, where less than 4 inches is basically the norm for the last 4 months. And in northwestern Oklahoma, from Ellis County up through Woods County, they've had less than 3 inches in some areas, so really dry out in that area. And that also shows up as less than 60% of normal for that time frame in the percent of normal map from the Mesonet, at least since October 1st. Now, some areas have had above normal rainfall, so those are the few lucky out in the Panhandle, down in south central, and also far northeastern Oklahoma. But unfortunately, just recently, the last 30 days or so, we are starting to dry out again. And so drought is once again intensifying across Oklahoma. So now we're exiting February here in a couple of weeks, and we're going to start to enter the warm season. And we need that spring rainfall to come through in a big way and help us get out of drought. Finally, after 4+ years of drought, we're actually into our 5th year, we need a good spring. That's it for this time. We'll see you next time on the Mesonet Weather Report.